talk to me about if you are going to hire, because people are going to get a lot out of this podcast on the business side. So if you do hire somebody, how do you go about it, and how do you make sure that they're the right person?
All right. So my first 4 sales guys were my training partners in jiu-jitsu, right? And that worked out really good because we spent a lot of time together prior to me hiring them. And I knew that they like had that fight in them. Yeah. You know what I mean? And and the beautiful part about jiu-jitsu is like most people that train jiu-jitsu aren't fucking punks, dude. They're like, they're not going out getting in fights because they realize it comes out on the mat. You know what I mean? Like, so when I started jiu-jitsu, I didn't get in one fist fight after that, ever. Because it was like, dude, all right, whatever, man. I know what I got. See you later. You know?
That's funny. So there's a trend here. I just want you guys to listen. There's a lot of jiu-jitsu talk on this podcast because there's a lot of correlations with life and being successful in life in other ways. And without me even bringing it up, you did. So
I
mean, leave it there.
The jiu-jitsu changed my life. Then I'm unfortunately I'm like glass now. I'm 42. I had 3 surgeries in 2 years, major surgeries from jiu-jitsu, and I had my time in the sport and enjoyed it a lot. Met amazing people like Mike Arrow, you know, who is amazing. He's one of the best guys around, and so you know that's how I started off there. But then from that point forward, I noticed that when you have someone who played team sports, like. And you had someone who's done like manual labor. That's a big thing for me. Have you done manual labor? Have you suffered in the summertime, sweating your ass off, carrying barrels, miserable,
digging ditches, roofing, whatever?
Talk to you like shit from somebody. You know, I worked for the president of the Hells Angels in Boston growing up, and it's funny, you know,
with Mel,
and he would throw boulders at me on the job site, and this was a very, very scary man. And I'd be like,
he looked anything like Mel. Then
he'd be like, work harder, throwing, you know, and then he'd give me a big hug at the end of the day and make me go buy him a coffee with the $10 I made that day. You know what I mean? But, so yeah, those are the things. I mean, and no disrespect for, you know, guys going to college, this, that, and the other, but I'd hire a bag boy at Publix before I hired a college graduate fresh out of school. Interaction with people, not stuck in the books, you know, probably in that position because they've had a hard upbringing, but are trying to make a change. And maybe I like the guy that had some problems in their life. Yeah. I like to give that guy an opportunity, and I like to see them like excel.
Because it's appreciated.
It's appreciated, dude. They're not
sitting there like, I deserve this.
I have no lucky sperm cells in my office. Yeah. None. Not one, dude. And I mean, listen, you can't control your parents, right? But and I have a lot of friends that have very successful families, and they've taken their family businesses and taken it to the moon, and this, that, and the other. Those people are a lot more difficult to employ, and more often than not, they're employers because of their background. But like you have a guy like David who came aboard. You know, I can air his laundry a little bit. Man, that guy was one of the most troubled individuals I've ever met in my entire life, and has turned around.
I was talking to him because, you know, guys that know my background, I look at that, I'm like, that could have been my future if I would have stuck around. Yeah. That could have, you know, like me and him we were living that life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, and being in Florida, and that easily could have been my future as well.
Yeah, man. And he's like, I mean, my staff tells me he's one of the best hires they've ever seen.
Oh, he's amazing.
He kills himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the things that I kind of keep a close eye on, and you know, my job now is just to make things a little bit better each day. You know, like I see one guy that's a little bit weak here, or, you know, could excel there. You know, just those small critiques kind of is what my focus is. Like I don't really turn my computer on too much, man. I'm basically just analyzing, you know, what people are doing and finding ways to increase volume. Better customer service is a big thing, and you know. I want it everywhere.